Hi ladies, it's Gina, and I'm coming to you with a video about foundations. Like I said before in my very first video in introducing me, I talked about that slightly that I had very problematic skin. I get discoloration underneath my chin. It's just like these blotches. It's like dark blotches here, here, and going this way. The best way that I combat it with my daily skin routine, right now I do use Proactive, keeps my breakouts down, and when I do occasionally break out, the bump is not there for more than 24 hours, and it dries up and it goes away and it's no issue. So I do love that, but I do have a problem with the scarring, and you guys can see here what I'm talking about in my skin. It is bad, and I rarely let anybody see it. Here, here, on my forehead. If you ask anybody that I work with, they would never, ever, ever think that I have anything on my skin. Everywhere I go, I was like, everybody, your skin is so beautiful, and they have no clue. I'm just a G with the foundation. Like, when you have problematic skin, you learn. You stay day and night learning how to blend and, you know, apply makeup so well to make you look like you have flawless skin. And I basically mastered that. I know a lot of people on YouTube are faithful to MAC as far as their entire line of products. I am not. Their eyeshadows and other things, you can't beat those. But as far as their foundation, breaks me out like crazy. I used MAC's Studio Fix and other foundations probably from 9th grade all the way up, which was 1999, all the way up until 2007. The only foundation I used, and it constantly broke me out, so I had to find something else. And I was on the lookout, you know, Clinique and this and that, and my mom actually got me a huge kit for Christmas of Lancome, and I'm thinking, Lancome, what can I get there besides their moisturizer? Hands down, the best foundation I've ever used in my entire life. First of all, their colors. I use Suede Zero in Lancome. I personally have, I do not have pink or red undertones like a lot of other African Americans. I have yellow undertones. So a lot of times when I get African American foundation, or foundation just for, you know, dark skinned people, it tends to be too red, and it makes me look weird. Like, I can never ever find a color that fits me. So that was always a problem, and why I did always stick with MAC, because MAC, I wear NC45, and it works very, very well for me. But like I said before, they broke me out way too much. Also, the difference that I found from MAC and, well, other foundations and Lancome is the texture of their foundations is just the best. It's just hands down the best foundation. And I have been around the world trying to learn to cover up these scars, and I have a very, very, very light foundation because I wanted to be able to show you guys exactly the scarring on my face and what I'm talking about covering up. When you guys see my videos, you really can't tell I have anything on my face. If you were to ask anyone I worked with, they would tell you she don't have any scarring on her face. They would not believe, if I ever came to work without makeup, what my face actually looks like. No one would. Even if I was to go and wipe this stuff off, you wouldn't even believe what kind of scarring I have on my face. My forehead is like basically covered in old, like, brown acne scars. Some of them I do pick. Most of the time I don't pick my skin, but I use exfoliant all the time, and I scrub, and I kind of, like, I tear off that first layer of skin to try to, you know, I'm trying to rejuvenate my skin cells to produce more produce less melanin, but just produce more skin cells to help it heal faster, and inadvertently I end up causing more problems on my skin, more melanin being produced, and I just end up with the dark spots. So I used to use Tint Idel, and I still do, but the difference between Tint Idel and the new Lancome that I actually use is this is full coverage. So if anybody's looking for full coverage, this is Tint Idel Ultra. Is going to be, it's 14 hours, it's not oil free, it does not have an SPF in it, so if you're going to use this one, make sure you do use a moisturizer that does have sunscreen in it, and it's 14 hours retouch free. And I tell you, like, this one says 14 hours retouch free, but even I use the one that I use, I barely have to retouch. I never have to retouch. Let me say barely, never. Really good. This one's for all skin types, and like I said, it's full coverage. So if anybody's looking for full coverage, Lancome Tint Idel, and I think it goes suede 0, 2, 4, and 6. So try it out. The one I actually am using now, and I've went through a few bottles of this, so I do love it, is Lancome's PhotoReady. This one's for normal to dry skin. This one, and Tint Idel, they will tell you basically it's for older women, but it is, if you, like I said, for full coverage, it works. This is medium coverage, but it's buildable, so you can basically build up to a full coverage. And even when I do a full coverage in the PhotoReady, it's not heavy. It's so light and it's so it's like mousse-like kind of. This one is a lot thicker. This one's almost like light with mousse, but they're so, overall they're very, very light. This one does have 15 SPF 15 in it, but and I still use my foundation, my moisturizer that has like 30 SPF in it. I love this, but I did actually try to find some drugstore ones to go against these two, and the two that I actually landed on, because like I said, I do have a hard time trying to find the ones good for my skin color. I found NYC, and it is oil free and it's smooth skin, and I actually like that. I actually use like the entire bottle. As you can see, I'm not going to do product reviews on something that I only use one time. I'm going to use it. It works really well. Only problem, it is very, very, very light. It is no kind of coverage, so I had to use more concealer, which at the end of the day, to me, I don't like, concealer is heavy, and I don't like wearing a lot of concealer, so it's okay. I don't, you know what I'm saying, like I say, like one time I went out, matter of fact, it was inauguration, here I am in D.C., loving the city. I went out and realized I left my foundation at my hotel, and I was at my fiance's cousin's house, who we were actually going to the inauguration with, and I ended up like panicking because I had no foundation, so I had to go to the drugstore, and I ended up getting a foundation that was horrible for my skin. That's why I never posted any pictures on Facebook from the inauguration, because I looked crazy with that foundation on. But this one for my and this one is, oh goodness gracious, the color thing came off, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It was $5. $42, $5. Can't be $5. So, but it's not something that I would wear all the time. It's something that I will keep just a bottle of with me at all times in my bathroom, in my makeup case, in case anything else happens. Another one I tried out, which I don't like at all, is PhotoReady by Revlon. This was $13, and I used it, and I used a good amount of it. Clearly I can't take the top off. I used a very good amount of it. It's probably at least half the bottle. Like I said, it was $13, and it has SPF 20 in it, which is good. NYC has no SPF in it, so make sure you do put on foundation that does. Basically, this gave me the ashy face, which anybody knows, African Americans, anybody of color, Indian, whatever, dark, we hate foundation that makes us look ashy. It made me look ashy. It made me look weird. I wore it for like maybe 2 weeks. I tried it with different concealers, different blushes, and it just made me look super, super ashy. So kind of really sucks. So my pick is for drugstore. Loved NYC, and it's only $5. And my pick for department store is Photogenique or anything from Lancome. They got different kinds, so check them out.